Good morning, dear students. Herewith I welcome you for the statewide lectures, subject Science-2, chapter towards green energy. On Monday, we have started with this chapter. Okay, and then we have, I gave you the introduction about what is energy and different types of energy. What are the different forms of energy? That is heat, light, electrical energy, solar energy, chemical energy, nuclear energy, mechanical energy. These are the different forms of energy. Then we had discussed about use of electrical energy in our day-to-day life. Okay? We use electric energy in various appliances such as bulbs, tube lights, fans, iron, refrigerator, water pumps, cell phone chargers, television sets, tape recorders, and computers. Then we had seen how electric energy is produced. So electric energy is produced in generators by the principle of electromagnetic induction. The magnetic field around conducting wires is changed, and this creates the potential difference. This results in the formation of electrical energy, and we had discussed about the thermal power plants and nuclear power plants. Okay, we will start today. Now you know what are the renewable energy. Renewable energy can be generated continuously, practically without decay of source. So what are the examples? That is oxygen, water, and food. So these are the examples of renewable. Non-renewable energy. Non-renewable energy. Non-renewable energy can't be generated again. Hello, ma'am. From the same source.
Yes,
For
hello.
example, I was the recording itself was getting double voice.
Okay. Continue.
Yes, ma'am. Non-renewable energy can't be generated again and again from the same source. So, what are the examples? Petroleum products, that is kerosene, petrol, diesel, etc. And next is coal, uranium, and natural gas. Once it has energy is used, we cannot generate again and again from the same source. The difference between the renewable and non-renewable energies. First, we will see the renewable source. Definition that renewable energy can be generated continuously, practically without decay of source. Responsible for the 3 to 4% of carbon dioxide in the environment. Okay. Then not a reason behind global warming. Example, biomass, hydropower, wind energy, solar energy. So this ऐसे energy source से we can generate energy continuously, practically without any decay. Okay. And जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एनवायरमेंट में होता है वो it is only 3 to 4%. And these are the energy sources. They are not a reason behind the global warming. Now we will see about the non-renewable source. Non-renewable can't be generated continuously without decay of source. And it is responsible for 91 to 94% of carbon dioxide in the environment. And these are the main reason behind the global warming. What are the examples? That is petroleum products, coal, uranium, etc. This is the difference. If it comes in the exam, you can write down this point, 4 points for 2 marks. Okay, very easy. Just you have to give the definition, then responsible for 3 to 4% carbon in the environment, not a reason behind global warming, and this is the in non-renewable source. Main reason behind global warming, you can give the examples. You see the biomass. Okay, biomass is organic material made from plants and animals. When burned, the chemical energy in biomass is released as heat. So what are the examples? Methanol from animal waste, ethanol, biodiesel, that is liquid biomass. And what are the advantages? Equipment, that is biogas plant, installation cost is less, helps in garbage reduction. So these are the main advantages. That is installation cost is less and helps in garbage reduction. Now, what are the disadvantages? Releases high amount of sulfur gases. Okay, so these are the types of biomass, that is wood, crop, garbage, landfill gas, and alcohol fuels. Now we'll see the petroleum, that is crude oil. Crude was formed from the remains of animals and plants that lived millions of years ago in a marine water environment before the dinosaurs. Over millions of years, the remains of these animals and plants were covered by layers of sand and silt. Heat and pressure from these layers help the remains turn into what we call, that is, crude oil. And what are the disadvantages? That is, it is responsible for 38% of carbon dioxide in the environment. Now, this is the main, that is coal. Coal is the combustible black or brownish black sedimentary rock composed mostly of carbon and hydrocarbons. For millions of years, a layer of dead plants at the bottom of the swamp was covered by layers of water and dirt, trapping the energy of the dead plant. The heat and pressure from the top layers help the plant's remains turn into what we call coal. Once we dig it up and burn it, it will finish. It doesn't renew itself every day. Okay? It उसको form होने में millions of years लगे हैं. Okay? So it will doesn't renew every day. It will not renew itself. And what are the disadvantages? It is responsible for 57% carbon dioxide in the air. Now this is natural gas. Natural gas is the result of decomposing plants and animals that were trapped beneath rock millions of years ago. So once it is used, it takes the millions of time to regenerate. So it is a non-renewable resource. Example, that is liquefied petroleum gas, short form, that is LPG. Kinetic energy is motion of waves, electrons, atoms, molecules, substance, and objects. And then what is potential energy? Potential energy, stored energy, and energy of position, gravitational energy. These are the several forms of potential energy. why we should conserve energy. Okay, electricity generated, and we cannot do anything in our day-to-day life. We need electricity for each and every purpose. Energy conservation refers to efforts made to reduce energy consumption. Energy conservation can be achieved through increased efficient energy use or reduced consumption from non-renewable energy sources. Energy conservation is often the most economical solution to energy shortages. And why to conserve? We have limited fuels available on Earth. Our demand for energy is increasing day by day. As the population is increasing, demand is also increasing. It is possible that someday most of the fuels will be exhausted and we will have to switch to alternate energy. So for this reason, we have to conserve. The slogan 3 R's, reuse, recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle is widely used to raise awareness against the use of non-renewable source of energy. Reduce consumption, reuse manufactured products, recycle raw materials. Okay, that's why the all over India or the government of Maharashtra or the BMC, TMC, all they are uh, they have different what will say collected dry garbage and wet garbage. Okay, then the dry garbage can be recycled and it is reused. So you should also make a habit of different differentiate the wet garbage as well as dry garbage. So whatever the used cells है या any other magnet sorry electrical जो gadgets होते हैं that we should not throw in the garbage. You should always give it to that raddi wala. Okay, because when the garbage is collected and then it is pushed into the land, then it may cause a sport. Okay, so you have to take care. We are the citizens to take care of all these things. Now, what is turbine? We have seen in the last lecture on that Monday in the thermal power plant and in nuclear power plant, turbine is used. So, a turbine is a rotatory mechanical device that extracts energy from a fast moving flow of water, steam, gas, air, or other fluid and converts it into useful work. A turbine is a turbo machine with at least one moving part called a rotor assembly, which is a shaft or drum with blades attached. Moving fluids acts on the blades so that they move and impart rotational energy to the rotor. So mainly you have to keep in mind a turbine is a rotatory mechanical device that extracts energy from a fast moving flow of water. It may be flow of water, steam, gas, air, or any other fluid, and it converts into useful work. So, what is this working principle? The working principle is very simple. When the fluid strikes the blades of the turbine, the blades are displaced, which produce rotational energy. When the turbine shaft is directly coupled to an electrical generator, mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. This electrical power is known as hydroelectric power. Okay. This is the turbine. You may see the turbine blades is given in the orange brown color. Then turbine, generator shaft, rotator, stator, wicket gate. Okay, and this is the water flow is coming, and with the force, and the blades are rotating. So this is the working principle of turbine. Now, what are the basic types of turbines? Water turbine, impulse turbine, and reaction turbine. In water turbine, two are there, two types, that is impulse turbine and reaction turbine. The next is steam turbine, third one is gas turbine, and fourth one is wind turbine. Although the same principles apply to all turbines, their specific designs differ sufficiently to merit separate description. Okay, principle is same, but the designs are different. Now see the this is the picture of impulse turbine. In an impulse turbine, the fluid is forced to hit the turbine at high speed. The fluid is passed through the stationary nozzle, and this is the turbine having the blade. So the fluid is forced to hit the turbine with high speed. So this way the turbine is rotated. Types of impulse turbine, that is Pelton wheel, cross flow turbine. This is the cross flow turbine. As with a water wheel, the water is admitted at turbine's edge. After passing the runner, it leaves on opposite side. Going through the runner twice provides additional efficiency. The cross flow turbine is a low speed machine that is well suited for locations with a low head but high flow. See, the water is coming, okay, and it is just cross flow. Why this is? Going through the runner twice, okay, twice it is twisted, so provides the additional efficiency. So that is called the cross flow turbine. The cross flow turbine is a low speed machine that is well suited for the locations with a low head but high flow. Now this is the steam turbine. A steam turbine is a device that extracts thermal energy from the pressurized steam and uses it to do mechanical work on a rotating output shaft. Steam turbines are used for the generation of electricity in thermal power plants, such as plants using coal fuel, oil, or nuclear fuel. So, where it is steam turbines are used? In the generation of electricity in the thermal power plants, such as plants using coal fuel or nuclear fuel. You can see the diagram. This is the steam entry. Okay, steam is entered. This is the turbine generator, and the turbine blades are moving, rotating. Steam outlet हो जाती है. Then the coiled cylinder, magnetic field, and electricity is generated. Now see the kinetic turbines. Kinetic energy turbines, also called free flow turbines, generate electricity from the kinetic energy present in the flowing water. The systems may operate in rivers, man-made channels, tidal water, or ocean current. Kinetic systems utilize the water stream's natural pathway. कहाँ यूज की जाती है kinetic energy turbines? In rivers, man-made channels, tidal waters, or ocean currents. You can see it is the oceanic picture. Okay. This is the diagram. The water flow is coming, then the turbines is rotating. Now we'll see the gas turbine. A gas turbine, also called a combustion turbine, it is a type of internal combustion engine. Gas turbines are used to power aircraft, trains, ships, electrical generators, or even tanks. So this is the how it is functioning. Intake, compressor, combustion chambers. This is the cold section, and here the hot section where a turbine is working and exhaust. A gas turbine, also called a combustion turbine, a type of internal combustion engine. और ये कहाँ यूज किया जाता है? Aircraft, trains, ships, electrical generators, or even in tanks. Now this is the natural gas power plants in India where they are situated in Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Delhi, again in Andhra Pradesh, and their capacity megawatt. Now what are the problems? Air pollution due to burning of coal. Coal burn करने से what are the air pollution? ये gases environment में छोड़े जाते हैं. That is carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxide. So these three gases, they are polluting air and it causes adverse effect. Soot particles are also released into the environment. This may cause serious health problems related to the respiratory system that many of are facing. Power generation plant based on the energy of natural gas. Okay. Lower efficiency power generation plant based on coal. Lower efficiency we are getting, and higher efficiency power generation plant based on natural gas. So this is the differentiation between the power generation plant based on coal and power generation plant based on natural gas. The systematic of power plant based on natural gas. Fuel passed into the combustion chamber, then in gas turbine, then in generator, then emission of hot gases is released, then electrical energy is generated. Which electricity generation process is eco-friendly? So the electricity produced from solar, wind, geothermal, hydroelectric power plants, biogas and biomass is eco-friendly. They are not responsible for the creating pollution in the environment. So that is, they are eco-friendly. Which are they? That is the electricity produced from solar, wind, geothermal, hydroelectric power plants, biogas, and biomass. The efficiency of this type of power generation plant is higher than the power generation plant based on coal. Okay, this is of the natural gas. Compressor, combustion chamber, then the turbine and generator. The efficiency is high. Moreover, since the natural gas does not contain sulfur burning, so it is creating a less pollution. Okay. Coal, it is used into the boiler, then steam is released. Condenser, again it is going to the turbine, generator, and electricity is generated. While electricity produced from the in the nuclear power plants and thermal power plants are not eco-friendly because they are releasing toxic gases in the environment, and it is causing adverse effect to the flora and fauna as well as to the animals and the human being. So nuclear power plants and thermal power plants are not eco-friendly. Some natural gas based power plants and their capacity, we have seen this. Though use of energy is unavoidable in our day-to-day life, it is necessary to use it carefully and only in the required amount. Okay. We need energy. It is unavoidable. Okay. That we cannot we will not able be thinking of living without the electricity. But it is unnecessary to use it very carefully and only when it is required. That all are sitting in the different rooms, and if we'll gather in the one room, then we can utilize only one light, one fan when it is not used. Okay, when it is necessary, you're studying in different room, then you are utilizing the electricity, then it is okay. But unnecessarily wastage of electricity, that should be avoided. This only we have seen that the use of energy is unavoidable in our day-to-day life. It is necessary to use it carefully and only when it is only in the required amount. So the power plants. Electricity generation based on fossil fuels like coal, natural gas, and nuclear fuels like uranium, plutonium are not environment friendly. It means that if electrical energy is generated using this fuel, it can lead to the environmental degradation. Okay, we are getting electricity by using these fossil fuels like coal, natural gas, and nuclear fuels like uranium and plutonium. We are getting, but same way, in the same manner, uh, they are causing the environment degradation. It means that if electrical energy is generated using these fuels, it can lead to environment degradation. How's the toxic gases released into the environment in large amount? It is causing a big damage to our environment, to the human beings. We have seen that burning of fossil fuels like coal and natural gas leads to the emission of certain gases and soot particles. This results in air pollution. Incomplete combustion of fuels leads to formation of carbon monoxide. As the development of the country is necessary, all are using their own vehicles, and it is creating vehicles, they are releasing carbon dioxide, and they are creating pollution. So what we have to take care of the environment. We have to plant more trees. We have to see that the nature should not be depleted. So this results in air pollution. Incomplete combustion of fuels leads to the formation of carbon monoxide, and it adversely affects our health, respiratory problems, asthma, and many other diseases. Increase in percentage of carbon dioxide in the air due to burning of fuels affects environment severely. And this is the reason for the global warming. Nitrogen dioxide generated due to the burning of fossil fuels like coal, diesel, petrol, etc. leads to the problem like acid rain. Nitrogen dioxide generated due to the burning of fossil fuels like coal, diesel, petrol leads to problems like acid rain. Soot particles generated due to incomplete burning of fossil fuels cause air pollution. It took millions of years for formation of fossil fuels like coal, crude oil, and natural gases, that is LPG and CNG. CNG, many of the vehicles you must be seen, cars, buses, it is in a green belt is there, and it is mentioned CNG, compressed natural gas. These are the fossil fuels. Also the reserves of these fuels are limited. They are going to deplete in future. Okay, ये कभी ना कभी तो खत्म होने ही वाले हैं. So we have to find out the alternate source. So nowadays you must be seeing the electric two-wheeler bikes are there. Then some other company they have announced to launch the electrical car. So research is going on. We are searching the alternative source of energy, fuels. It is said that the current speed of their use, the coal reserves in the world would last for another 200 or so than the natural gas reserves for about 2 to 300 years. Okay, जिस स्पीड से हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं कोल, it is in the world it will last for another 200 years, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 200 साल और चलेगा कोल. And after that, the natural gas, it will reserve for 2 to 300 years. After that, we have to find out, for this only reason, we have to find out the alternate source. It is said that the current speed of their use, the coal reserves in the world, this we have seen, this is the natural gas reserves. This was the example. of coal, and this is of about natural gas. We have also discussed about the the problems in use of nuclear energy, like the disposal of nuclear waste and possibility of disaster due to the accident in nuclear power plant. Okay. Where to dispose the nuclear waste? This is the main problem we are facing, and the possibility of disaster due to the accident in nuclear power plant. We have also discussed about the problems in the use of nuclear energy, like the disposal of nuclear waste and possibility of disaster due to the accident in nuclear power plant. This is the picture of the nuclear power plant, and this accident was happened, and how they are using the water to stop the. Considering all these points, it can be said that the energy generation from the fossil fuels and nuclear fuels are not environment friendly. Due to this chances of accidents and where to dispose the nuclear waste. So due to these points, these energy generation from these fuels, fossil fuels and natural fuels, nuclear fuels, these are not environment friendly. Electricity generation from water reservoir, wind, sunlight, biofuels are the examples of such methods. Electricity generation from water, these are the examples. This is the example of solar power plant. You utilizing the sun's energy. Okay, and then the electricity is generated. The energy source used in such options, that is water reservoir, wind, sunlight, biofuels, are never ending. Okay, sun's energy we are going to get. It is not going to, it is never ending. This fuel, gas, alcohol, fuel, and it is steam turbine generator. In this way, it is we can get the energy. The water reservoir, wind energy, sunlight, that is solar energy, and biofuels. They are eco-friendly. They are not creating pollution in the environment. Therefore, electricity generation through these sources can be called environment friendly. Looking at the problems in the electricity generation using fuels like coal, natural gas, and nuclear fuels, the world is now heading towards environment friendly energy, that is green energy. Okay. So we have to think about the environment, and we should think about the green energy. The world is now heading towards environment friendly energy, that is green energy. This is the water reservoir. Kinetic energy in flowing water, or the potential energy in the water reservoir, is a conventional source of energy. Okay. फ्लोइंग वाटर में कौन सी एनर्जी होती है? काइनेटिक एनर्जी. And in water reservoir, it is potential energy. Both are the conventional source of energy. In hydroelectric power plant, the potential energy in water stored in dams is converted into kinetic energy of water. So dam में है पानी, okay? Then it is used. The potential energy in the water is stored in the dam is converted into kinetic energy. Dam में store किया हो पानी, that is potential energy. And then it is converted, it is flowed from top. So it will be kinetic energy, and that is used in the hydro power plants to generate electricity. Fast flowing is brought from the dam to the turbine at the bottom of the dam. The kinetic energy of the flowing water drives the turbine. See, this is the dam water, and it is brought from the dam to the turbine at the bottom, and the kinetic energy of the flowing water drives the turbine. In this way, the electric energy is generated. The turbine in turn drives the generator to generate electricity. The block diagram showing different components of hydroelectric power plant is shown here. Okay. This is turbine, generator, and the electricity is generated. This is called the hydroelectric power plant. This is the flow chart. Water reservoir with potential energy, then water turbine goes to generator and electric energy is generated. The schematic of hydroelectric plant is shown here. Water from the above middle of the total height of the dam is taken to the turbine as shown by the point B in the diagram. This is the point A here and point B here. So reservoir का पानी ऐसे लेकर then it goes to the turbine, generator, this is the powerhouse, and this way the electricity is generated. The flow is coming like with this, and the turbine blades are rotating, stored in the generator. With reference to point B, the water level from point A to point B of the water reservoir in the dam will be converted into kinetic energy. Here, from point A to point B, the water level is converted into the kinetic energy. If the channel taking water to turbine starts at point A, the amount of water supplied to rotate the turbine will be reduced and ultimately electricity generated will be minimum. That's why it is coming from point B. Coming from A, it will be, the electricity will be, the turbine will be reduced and ultimately electricity generated will be minimum. So here we have seen about the hydroelectric power plants. On Monday we had seen about the thermal power plants and nuclear power plants. Now tomorrow we will see the wind energy, how we will get the electricity by using the wind energy. Anyone having any queries, any doubts, please raise your hand.
Any students having doubts, please raise your hands. I hope all students have understood. Ma'am has explained to us with pictorial explanation very nicely each and every part of the topic. So any questions if you are having, she has already cleared you, because pictures visualizing makes you clear all the topics and understanding very nicely. But still, if any doubts, I can request you to go to our YouTube channel and see the videos which are being loaded on the YouTube channel for all the teachers for all the subjects. Okay. So I think, ma'am, they are not having any doubts. Can we wind up then?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear students. Thank you, dear teachers.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students. Students, for today, we have completed all the 4 lectures. Tomorrow again we'll meet at 8 o'clock in the morning. Please revise all the topics which have been taught to you today.